loves. So, a lot of the work that I do is very much informed by these ideas around the comfort zone and vulnerability, connection, of course, all of that good jazz. And I just want to make sure that I very directly mention the comfort zone for people who might be kind of new to that idea or need a bit of a refresher. So I have linked a article down below that has more information about the comfort zone, and I invite you to read that if you need it. I also, at the end of this video, will be reading a quote from a Brené Brown book called The Gifts of Imperfection. So I'll just show you what this book looks like. It might be kind of hard to read it. It may be backwards or blurry or whatever, but I wanted you to kind of get a picture of what that looks like so it's easier to find. So, the comfort zone, yeah. I'm gonna let you read more about the science behind it if that's something that you're interested in. But I wanted to just briefly say that it is something that, that we get to play with as we do the work that we are doing together. So I personally am a big fan of, connecting with people in new ways, of trying different things in general, of stretching and expanding that comfort zone so that we can know new possibilities for ourselves. And I've personally been doing that over the past few weeks in a very big way as I've launched this Patreon page, and I have been putting out these videos and all of that good jazz. And it's been really inspiring and motivating and allowed me to unlock some big creative blocks that have been kind of holding me back in some ways. And so that's been beautiful and wonderful. And I've been just like making these lists and stuff like that. But the making these lists, while that's been, again, beautiful and wonderful in a lot of ways, have also caused some anxiety because I'm just like go at times. And I have also had some nights where I've had struggles sleeping because I've just been going and where like these thoughts and ideas have just been coming to me and I didn't want to ignore them. And at times I felt like I couldn't ignore them, or I couldn't turn off my brain enough to just simply rest. So once I realized that, I kind of changed a few things. I dialed some things back. I played in my comfort zone a little bit more every day. Drank a lot more like calming herbal tea. Had some time blocked out to talk to friends and make sure that I was asking them simply about them and understanding where, what they were doing so that I can think about some different things. And that's been really, really helpful for me in terms of finding my balance, in terms of figuring out what I needed to continue moving towards this goal of expansion. Excuse me, in my life. So that's what's true for me. And this week for our challenge, I invite you to figure out what's true for you. What do you need in order to feel comfortable, but also continue to stretch and grow? What's the right balance for you? And again, I encourage you to check out the link down below about comfort zones and understand some of the science behind it if you don't already know all of that jazz, or if you need a refresher. And do your own research as well if you need it, and talk to friends, or perhaps if you have a therapist, you may want to check in with them about this to make sure that you are on the right and perfect journey for you. I will continue to post videos and continue to extend challenges at least once a week, doing that on Thursdays for sure, and sometimes additional videos as well, especially here in the beginning since we don't have much content on the page. And you don't have to join in every time. So you figure out if a Thursday challenge is the best thing for you, doing that once a week, or perhaps if you need to only do it every other week. Or maybe if you can do every single challenge every single time they come up, and perhaps add a few other things at this point in your life. Only you really know how it feels when you do these things. So I encourage you to do some reflection and figure that out. And the battery of on my phone is very low as I go to read this book, or just this quote from the book, The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. And so, the quote is, to practice courage, compassion, and connection is to look at life and the people around us and say, I'm all in. That's it, folks. Have a beautiful, wonderful week. I would love to hear how it goes. And I love you all. Bye for now.